Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. The Bitcoin Bears got absolutely smashed. And we are rolling. I've seemed to have lost my voice. But we are ready to pump to the upside. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And one thing I was looking at was to bring down the music, number one. Number two, I did watch my stream earlier this morning, and I did see how it was kind of funny. But if you do see here right now, I am in a long right here.
It's been up and down, attempting to catch this bottom for a long haul. And let's see what can happen. KAITO had a nice move up to...
So we ended up catching the bottom. Now, I did say that the probability was low all day. It said we were likely going to break to the downside, but I said I was going to trade against the odds regardless.
Right? I'm meditating. I'm spending...
So I just want to show you here.
Enjoying my day. I suggest you do the same. I always have an iPad and I'm taking a look, but for the most part, you gotta have some time away from the charts. Study every multimillionaire. We work.
Where was it?
We're bullish. Like, we're not bullish, but we'll get a bounce back to the top of this channel.
Right there. Right.
And there's a chance I did catch the bottom, everybody. We just, I'm just taking it one step at a time. I don't tell you I know what's going to happen. I tell you I got to wait for the charts to confirm it.
Boom. So anyway, I kept along, and then when the stream ended, I decided to go pretty heavy and just swing longs that I'd given to the trading group. So let me just kind of show you the trades so you can see kind of what's going down here for BTC. Bitcoin's in a bit of a flag, but that's in what I call an Adam and Eve double top. All right. And we're going to talk about, are we going to go further down? Was this just a quick pump and dump? Do we end up right back at 86,000? Or is this a sustainable run? And do we continue further to the upside? So sorry, I don't know how I lost my voice. I had my voice all day, but I guess I woke up from a slumber and my voice is gone. Maybe I can get it back there. It's just a little dry. So weird, right? It's like it's gone from my voice comes out of my throat. My voice is gone. The crypto lifer. So weird. Anyway, let's break down what I'm seeing here on the charts. But I like this big move, but this may not be sustainable. We may take a nasty dump. This may just be a pump and dump right back to the downside here. Only time will tell. I'm going to talk about what happened on the daily and show you why I thought the trade was viable. And I trade the 200 MA. The second we got above the 200 MA, open up a trade right here with a stop on the other side of the 200, just like when I talked about shorting on the 22. When we got below the 22 right here, you open up a trade on the other side and just let that puppy dump. You'd actually still be in gains on that trade right now in the short. I mean, whether you be a madman to hold it, for past this dump. But I'm just saying. All right, I think I slowly maybe getting my voice back here. So we got this nasty dump, huge pump, and now we're also getting a bit of a rejection here from about $95,000 for BTC. So we're not out the water yet. Massive gains in my trading group. I saw people make gains that I just couldn't believe. One guy turned $400 into $300,000. I know you think I'm lying. I saw it with my own eyes. It doesn't seem possible. He turned $400 into $300,000. Again, he used it with a specific studied sheet that my man Master Friend teaches. If you keep getting wrecked and you keep losing, and you want to learn how to actually do it properly, my man Master Friend teaches a zero liquidation strategy that's out of this world. I'm seeing people do things I've never even thought possible. Think about it. I mean, they do use cross leverage. You might have to have a little bit of bag behind you, but at the same time, you watch the charts, you play Fibonacci key levels, and this is just interesting. Hit the QR code in the link below if you want to find out more. All right? I believe I'm a genius finder, and I can find people that will make you amazing. That's what I do for a living. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in, and appreciate your awesome viewership and your love. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin in the weekly candle close. And I don't even know if I have it left, but let's take a look at Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. Sorry, I just didn't have it in me tonight because I've already lost my voice. My goodness. A bit odd live stream for me, don't you think? Where's the energy? Where's the... What happened to you, Sammy? I'll make it back, don't worry. Hopefully, let me just rest for Monday. Let's take a look at this candle and see what's happening here. We opened at 96,296. The high was 94,000. All right, we opened at 96,296. The high was 96,500. The low was 78,276, and the candle closed at 94,269.99 cents. We would go down $1,988 on the week, so we still would have a bearish week. But I mean, what a climb back. What a climb back from 78,000 all the way back up to 96,000, almost to a high. I mean, that is a bullish candle. However, look, the next candle turning red, and it doesn't mean it's amazing by any means. Like, everyone might be overly bullish here. We got to make sure. We got to see what we're looking at. All right. So, I mean, you could say this is a flag, but you could also say it really still has broken down. I mean, it's just going to continue down. This could have just been some type of merry-go-round to make people think, and then we come down and we chop through this again. We went through most of the gap, and we did get a nice bounce. What I'm going to tell you is the key is the daily 200 MA, but I'm just being the devil's advocate here to be a bit bearish. Like, I just, it's not amazing. Like, yeah, we had a huge pump, but it also could just be a bearish retest. We never got back inside the trend line. And if you try to turn this into some type of pattern, it's pretty weak, right? So it's not like amazing. You see what I'm saying? So in my humble opinion, it looks like we may go lower. Like I'm just being honest. I want to make it a little spicy here. Everyone thinks I'm going to open up and be super bullish, but I don't know. It doesn't look amazing right now. This weekly could continue to dump. We could lose the 21, and this could just become a nasty little dump here. So there's no guarantees that this is amazing. All right. I like it. I made a bunch of gains on the pump. It was awesome. I could have even made more. Whatever. It is what it is. I had a BitTNX trade open. I had a Weeks trade open. I had a MEXC trade open. You name it. I had little trades, big trades, and I sold all different ones. Ended up selling the BitTNX one around like 94. I just need to clear my throat. My throat's like all clogged up. Okay, so when we take a look at Bitcoin on the weekly, I'm not totally sold. I thought it was going to look a little more bullish than it is right now. I'm okay, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, we're all the way. The weekly doesn't look amazing right now, and I could still see I could see us make a lower low. Right now, the weekly support is hovering right here at about 93,750. So that's the key level that we want to break back above to remain bullish. If we can't do that, so I don't know. We were above it right there, but now we're back below weekly support. So cool, but not so cool. You know what I'm saying? Like great, but not so great. What's this key level here? Right where we open, 93,738. So yeah, 93,700. I gotta see a weekly candle back above 93.7 to remain bullish for me to really remain comfortable of this pump. Like it's cool, but it's not that cool. And as we continue to see the weekly go further lower than key areas, I'm like, okay, it's all right. Would have been nicer had you held 95,000 and the like. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. God bless everyone. Someone said it was an ascending triangle or something like that. If you were just long on the charts with the dudes, transpire that you would think there was a bearish retest, but that's not what happened. With that, I'm not, man. Interesting. Sean. Oh, no one posted my link. There you go, baby. Banger tune. I don't like the tune too much. I think it's a little much right now. Oh, maybe you guys are behind. Yeah. This one's a little annoying, honestly. Threw me off, to be honest. It's all right. I don't know. It's like, I don't know where this mix came from. That's good. I like this one. All right. So 92,958. Just so annoying. Sorry. I just like don't have my voice all of a sudden. I don't know what happened. It's like I overused it, I guess. Too many live streams in a row, and I just like blew out my voice. I don't do the short time frame, so I'm good. Good for you. God bless you. Yeah. All right, so let's take a look. So the weekly not looking amazing right now, so to speak. 92,980. I'd like to see us get back above 92,700 to remain bullish, personally. 5-day chart with a bullish engulfing candle. I'll take that. That looks interesting to me. But like, what is it doing? Like some type of, could it be a Livermore cylinder or something like that? And could we bounce further back to the upside and make some type of shoulder, a head and a right shoulder that breaks to the upside, end up doing something like this? So your bullish scenario is, see what I'm seeing here? I'm just building an idea in front of you. Hypothetical ideas, but the bullish scenario is that you could kind of keep this upward trajectory, come here with this top, make some type of ascending triangle with the right shoulder, and Bitcoin does damage, right? Measured move would be the length of the pole, as you see me do many times. And that would be this wick all the way down to about that wick there, if we could. Slap it on in, and it tells us we can get to about 161,000 by June of 2025. So, hey, there's still a chance of some extreme bullishness here for Bitcoin. And that is a bullish engulfing candle. 93K is cool. We seem to have put in some support now at 85,800 on the 5-day chart. I like to see that. 3-day too as well has a lower support at about 83,900. So we've put in some support at some key levels that we had no support in before, which is good to create consolidation. Kind of like when we came up here and there was nothing here, but we kind of made this chunk. You want to start to see that. You want to start to see this type of consolidation. This could take some time, though. 3-day chart, 3-day chart, 3-day chart. I mean, you're talking 9, 10, 12, 18, 20, 30 days, right? 10 3-day charts over here, and you're already at 30 days. So it does look like we're in for some consolidation. And this brings us to the daily time frame. And it actually brings me to that weird idea that I used to play. This idea that they were in a falling wedge that still wanted to break to the upside, even though we had broken out. And this is like something that I've tried to play out. And because you can just, what you do is, this is a really funny idea, but you act like this doesn't exist, right? You erase all that. And then you grab the other tool and you fill that in, the bars pattern, right? Oh no, not bars pattern, sorry. The ghost feed. So you feed all that in, and then you got, and it's like, no, it's a falling wedge. It's just going to break to the upside, and it does like it's supposed to. This is a strategy I've been playing around with now. It's something that I've backtested and I've been using for the last 18 months. It's very unethical. It's against anything you've ever seen anyone do. It's a very strange idea, all right? But it's the idea that once you're back in that same trajectory, you're actually in the same pattern that was there before in the first place. It's a pretty outlandish idea. Again, I know it could kind of, if you don't know what you're doing there, it could wreck you, I guess, in a night. You have to kind of see it. And maybe unique to me, and maybe never, but it's just something that I've been showing that's very, very interesting. And it's they leave the pattern, they get back inside, but then they still play that pattern the same way it was supposed to be played in the first place. So nice pump for Bitcoin. You're on the 21 on the daily. The 200 was a beautiful pump. I talk about the 200 MA. I said if we don't close a daily candle below the 200 MA, then you can't, we're not going to be bearish. I said that last night. Remember, I said I was pretty optimistic that things were looking pretty good last night. This morning, I saw a symmetrical triangle in the small time frame. It looked like we were, the odds were that was going to break to the downside. I'm just giving you it. The odds were the odds. That was the odds. All right. I did say in the live stream that I was going to defy the odds and stay long no matter what. I did not open up a short. I did not say I'm going to short the market. Here's my short position. Here's my stop loss. I never said anything of the sort, right? I actually was in a long. I said, I'm going to defy the odds and stay in a long. And I even put a green box. I said, I believe we might actually be higher than we are now when I come on the stream. I said, so I play the odds against the odds, right? And so far, but I also saw that we had bounced off the daily, and the daily stochastics told me they looked like they were going to bend in a curve. If you go back to the daily stochastics this morning, and I trade stochastics in the 200 MA, they look precariously bullish, right? They were curving up and looking like they were going to get some type of bigger move here. And so it just looked like they were going to get this, this bigger move on the daily time frame. Follow me at CryptoLifer33 on X.com. I'd greatly appreciate it. And honestly, of course, Donald Trump comes out and he puts out a tweet. Obviously, Bitcoin and Ether, other valuable cryptocurrencies, will be at the heart of the reserve. I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's funny, he added to that because at first, but he goes, and he says there's going to be a Bitcoin reserve, all right, and an Ethereum reserve. And he also says there's going to be an XRP, a Sol, and a Cardano reserve. So that's really it. And it's a big deal. So Donald Trump comes out. All right. Donald Trump comes out and he says, hey, so here's something. If you want to jump on in, there's $50 of BTC possibly if you want to jump on in. And you're going to see the exact call I gave yesterday. And it says, here's a very gutsy call along the daily with a stop below the wick, below the 200 MA. If we lose the 200 MA, we'd likely go lower. So why not take a shot? For me, it's a perfect spot, but you must assess your risk. I like to enter trades near the 200 MA and sell when we are away from the 200 MA. I did just open this very high risk daily long, right? And the idea was just to get in with the stop below the 200 MA and see what could happen there to the upside. There was a bunch of typos in there, so you can say whichever one you want, and it's more than one. So anyway, we boomed up, but we're a little far away. So the 22-hour 2, there's your 21, your 8-hour, there's your 21. And see, now the gap from the 21-day moving average begins to play a role inside of what's happening here. So you had a beautiful pump, but look how far you are from the 21-day moving average. And look, this was the shoulder of the head. We were looking for the right shoulder, kind of a shallow right shoulder, but it did play the role. It did make that right shoulder, and we talked about this. We went over that possible idea. We longed the bottom here, if you remember correctly. We longed all, it's just crazy. Anyway, I'm a promo bull, so whenever I get a chance, I'm longing anyway. So we're away from the 21-day moving average. We go back to the 1-hour time frame, and you can see how far we are from the 21. And I see on the 1-minute time frame that we made a bit of an Adam and Eve. I did say, hey, one more chance to take this trade, and I opened up a trade right here because you never know. I made massive gains today, so I said, hey, I'll do like what, 200 for $800, and got hit off. I think I got hit for like 172. I didn't even get hit for 200. So I did just lose that trade, but it was like whatever. And everyone's like, oh, Sam, someone claimed I don't know. I don't know. I heard something. I heard through the grapevine. I had my losses. I don't know what it was, right? So I was okay. Let's look at Sam's last like 10 or 12 trades, right? Which most people don't do. They don't want to give you your P&L, right? They don't want to show you. But look, from 228, right, to 4 days straight, I won 123. I won 145, right? Let's go over that. That's a gain of what? 260, 265, 268, if I'm correct, all right? And then I won 334, right? So if you want to round 268 to 270, throw the $30 to 3. That's about $600 right there. Agreed? Then I lost $8. So I won 1, 2, 3 and lost 1. So there I am winning 1, 2, 3. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4 trades, I have 1 loss, 5 win right there, and that puts me at like $750 in wins with 1 loss. All right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins, 1 loss. 6 wins, 7 wins, puts me at 900, 1100, and then the 8 wins, right, puts me at 1400. The $2,000 puts me at now 3,400 wins, and then the 700 puts me at about 3,400 plus 7, like $4,300. All right. Then I lose 240, which puts me at about like 4,100. Then I make 500, which puts me at 4,600, and then I lose $100. So I'm $4,500. All right, $4,500. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 trades, and I lost 3 of them. I was 13 for 10. I was 10 for 13. I lost 3 trades. I won 10. Like, come on, man. And I made about $4,000. Like, this is hardcore trading. Like, this is it. Like, this is how you make it. And that's just one account. Like, I made money. I made $2,000 on a week's account. I made over almost $2,000 on my BitTinex account. Like, today was a huge day, man. Like, massive gains all around the board, you know? So anyway, I'm not trying to brag. I just want to show you that, like, I'm not some guy that, like, just opens up a bunch of trades and only shows my wins and, like, hides from me. That's why, like, I grind, man. I grind out every single day. I push myself every single day. I care about my own P&L every single day. And I want to show you that it's possible. You, too, can go 10 for 13. And you, too, can keep the wins big and the losses small. It can be done. You're looking at a guy that had a horrible... I could never do that. I used to open up a leverage account and just completely just not know what I was doing. Freak out. And that's all at 27x leverage, doing all that. You know what I mean? If I can do it, you can do it. And honestly, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's people that are making way more money than me in the trading group. I'm like a little guy in the trading group. I'm like a small fry. Like, I'm just like the beginnings. But I'm consistent. I like what I'm doing. I got a strategy. I stick to it. Bang, bang, bang. You told me to buy in the fear. Look now, Sammy. I'm up 10x on all from the DCA, Sol, XRP, Bitcoin. And again, I bought so much BTC. I told you guys you have to, again, you do what makes you happy. But when we were at 10, I said you have to buy 10. I said, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. But you got to buy 10. If 10 is out there, you got to buy 10. For me personally, if 10 is there, I got to buy 10, 10, 16. I mean, if I'm not buying, then I'm going to look back and say, man, that was the best opportunity of my life. And look, we're back at 33. We're back at 33 so fast. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. You got to pay attention before it just disappears. So anyway, if you bought with me in this horrible fear zone, this thing is just simple to use. When you see extreme fear, you got to open up the wallet. When you see extreme greed, you got to pay yourself. And if you just do those 2 things, I'm telling you right now, you're going to have a good time. Anyway, let's get back to the analysis here and see what I'm saying. So, yeah, that looks like an Adam and Eve double top, doesn't it? Sorry, I just got to like clear my throat there. So that looks like an Adam and Eve double top that could make it further to the downside. You can see up, down, like, you know, you double top at 90, 94, and 95K. And that's an Adam and Eve. Now, we could easily rip back up. I don't want to know, let's deep dive this for a second here. Let me see if I can see something out of my Rolodex. So here we are. So right now, we're a little far away from the 21-day moving average. 2 things can happen. We can make a sharp dump down, or we can kind of go sideways here and play. If we're really bullish, we're going to do something like this even. And we might make an uptrending triangle here. Pull the 21 towards us, and then go on a massive pump. That looks likely considering how bullish we look and how much momentum is on the daily. And that will get us back over 100K, 103,000. Or we come back down here. Regardless, it looks pretty bullish to me, regardless of what happens. The key is resistance. We stay above 89. If we lose 89.8, no go. And if we lose the 200 MA on the 1 minute, then I'm going to turn into like a bear again. And I'm going to say this is whack. As long as we stay above the 200 MA on the daily time frame and the 200 MA on the 1 hour time frame, I remain a bull. I remain a perma bull on that idea. All right? Like, I just can't do anything else but say we're going to the upside. So we're looking for this to create what's called an ascending triangle, an uptrending triangle, an ascending triangle. We're looking for a bit of a bounce here on the 1 hour time frame. And that would take us to the 15 minute. And so the same thing here, we're looking for the 15 minute to give us a bounce. The shoulder, the head, the right shoulder here. And we're looking for a move back to the upside for Bitcoin. So if we're bullish, Asia's going to start buying right now, left out from the massive move. And this is going to propel the price to the upside. We're going to kind of start to go sideways And that could be your last chance to buy before we actually zoom on out past 100K. It really, this could be your DCA chance of a lifetime at 93,000. Again, I can't guarantee that. There's, but it could be. I just have to be, it's DCA is about taking care of what could be. So you're taking care of what may be, what may have happened. So like, it could be the bottom, so you have to start buying. It could be the top, so you take some profit. You know what I'm saying? Like and I don't sell Bitcoin, so it's a pretty easy way just to buy Bitcoin when it's low, and then add it to the stack for my kids. My kids will get my BTC. That's it. Like, I'm not going to spend it. I might use it for collateral, actually, for a loan at one point to do something big with it. Like, actually, do my own development or something like a $200 million, something big. But besides that, goes to the kids, man. So this is kind of what I see. And you're back, what do you mean? You don't even know what's going to happen, Sam. You're the worst technical analyst I've ever seen. You're right. I have no idea. This is chess. I'm playing chess. They could drop us further down. It's kind of likely. What do I see happening? The most likely scenario? I mean, the 1 hour is pretty far from the 21-day moving average. So to me, it looks like we may drop a little more. But we are above the 200. However, we're a little far away. So in my lifetime of trading, the odds are that we're going to go a little lower and come somewhere back to 91, 90,000. But as long as we don't break 89,008, like I showed you, we're going to be okay. But the odds are we're going to go a little lower here for BTC. But let's see what the charts convey. There's a chance that we get a nice pump here on the 15-minute time frame. We're very oversold in the stochastics. We're low on the RSI. The MACD does want a bit of a turn. So everything looks like we could get a move here to the upside for Bitcoin. I like what I'm starting to see. There's definitely a chance. I'm settling in here. And I mean, that looks like a bit of that's a falling wedge. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. So you're telling me there's a chance, right? So you're telling me there's a chance. And you got to be like, yeah, there's definitely a chance. There's always a chance. So again, here was the last trade I looked at. I went at it. I said, why not? We're up. So if this pumps, we pump. So, I said, you got to take a shot. That's how my mind looked at it. Like if you make 10 grand that day and then you're in a flag, of course, I'll go 250 for 800 at the end of the day. Why not? Like, you know what I mean? Some people might just walk away. I always take one more shot because to me, like especially like today, I was up $3,200. So I took $250 and I put it back in the trade. Say, hey, if I lose 250 over here, I walk away with $3,000 over here. I'll still be happy, huh? And it's not about not being greedy. I did sell my positions today, every single one of them. Because I was out on a boat at one point. My last position was on BitTinex. I'm out on a boat. It keeps pumping. And I said, man, I might as well take the profit here. And I saw us at 95. We came back to 93.8 and I got out. I said, that's it, Then I got home. We were a little higher. I said, oh no, but we came back down again. So yeah, so these are my two scenarios. Like we could go further down. It's almost the way this is really chubby and looking. It looks like we could get the bounce here. But that is an Adam and Eve double top. So I'm getting some mixed signals. For me, I wait for consolidation. Like if that bounces and it starts to go sideways, you get the right shoulder, then that's a day we're probably gonna bounce. And there's so much bullishness in the air, and with the reserve coming out, it kind of is like, and you see states that want to buy Bitcoin, countries that want to buy Bitcoin, and now that we've said we're going to do a reserve, China's going to come out and say they have a reserve. Russia's going to have a reserve. Turkey's going to say they're going to have a reserve. Everyone's going to say they have a reserve. Heck, doesn't El Salvador already have a reserve? Or if not, at least mining one. So there's a lot of bullishness in the air just on the spot sentiment, on the idea that a lot of people want to get down on this price action. And now they're fear again that they're going to miss. Now, they missed 100K the last time. Remember the last time I went to 100K and everyone said, I should have bought down here, and they didn't. A lot of people are going to say, you know what? I missed that last chance. I think this is my chance now. And so logically, I think you're going to see even more money pile in at these 93,000 areas than you saw the first time. So anything could happen. I see some mixed signals. A huge pump like that makes me weary. I'm watching the 1 hour 21 MA, and I'm watching the smaller time frames. The more likely scenario is we take a move down on that 1 hour back to the 21-day moving average. It just makes the most sense to me. We're a little far, but there's a chance we get the bounce, go sideways. What I don't see happening is just a massive pump right now out of nowhere.
I think this is more unlikely that we pump. I think it's more likely if we do pump that we go sideways before we pump, or we pull back and then we pump. So I do think it does look like we're going to pump, but it just looks like we're going to go sideways or pump or downwards and pump, and that just wondering one of those is the question for me. And right now I'm staying on the fact that we're going to go sideways because the 15-minute just wants to hang. But the second we lose this key level, the second you can't even draw this, we start to drop, which is kind of is already right now. It's a little bearish if you look at it like this. It's kind of bear flaggy. But I'll give it a chance. I'll give the flag a chance. But the second you say, like the second I see us below 91K, I just don't see how we don't go back to the 287, you know. So, you know, I got some mixed signals tonight. I wouldn't chase. After a nice big win, I'd go to bed happy. And if I wake up and we're up huge, so be it. You know what I mean? Like, so be it. Can always have left the daily trade open and let it cook. 93 ain't a bad spot. So there we have it. That's kind of what I see for Bitcoin, but a massive pump. We found bullish divvy on that 4-hour time frame. I even showed you the complex inverted head and shoulder, right? That looked like it was playing. We looked at the complex inverted head and shoulder on the 1-minute time frame, if you remember correctly now. I think I still have it on a chart somewhere. But here's your 5-minute, but this is kind of what it was down here, see? And this was a very strong bullish divergence too that we found. And then we bought, remember when we crossed the 200 MA? And this is where I opened the trade, right around here. And that trade stayed open all the way until this pump. Very long, you know. I sold some of it, most of it around here. My bigger trade I sold at like 89.9, and then we ripped even more. But you know, and I could have, and then for the rest of the day, I could have sulked him and like I could have made $8,000 more. But I didn't. I just was so happy that I helped other people make a big gain, that I didn't get liquidated in the last few weeks, that I had capital to trade, and then I kept my head on. And I bought Bitcoin on the dip like I was supposed to. A nice big 20, 25K worth of Bitcoin. I just threw it in there. I think somewhere between 20 and 20. I threw a lot. I knew it was over 20K. But I just kept buying Bitcoin. And I probably should have bought 100K of it, for crying out loud. But you got to do what you got to do. XCN flying. And XCN has that connection. Let's take a look at XCN. And I talked about getting into XCN right here on that 786. I personally accumulated right in here. So I'd like to see this thing pump and get a nice moon to the upside. XCN getting a bit of a bounce. I see XCN headed to $5.07. It's going to get part of the, when, you know, after that big rally and then it dumped, I learned my lesson and I started buying XCN and I added it to the portfolio. So we even had, look, I even had a Cardano setup. It's crazy. I didn't think it was going to pump when it pumped, but it looked like it was going to come. I thought it was going to come down a little bit. Shoulder head, maybe like a right shoulder, maybe dip a little bit. But I saw Cardano making a move and getting further up to 160. But now, look at that, man. Cardano above $1 again, back to 107. It's a really good sign. And that high from that last rally was 137. So Cardano really ripping. Of course, XRP ripping, Sol ripping, 3 coins that I own. I know a lot of people in the trading group own. You know, every time I go somewhere, I was at Floor & Decor. The guy working there, you know what coin he asked me about? XRP. Every time I meet someone that is like very, you know, you would call a retail investor, someone that just started, someone that doesn't know a lot about crypto, you know what coin they ask me about? XRP. People I know that own it. When I first got to Sarasota, I met a family and the dad owned XRP. I met a kid and his son owned XRP. They didn't have much other cryptocurrency. It's funny. So it seems like the masses, for whatever reason, XRP did a good job marketing, getting its name out there. People just know the name XRP, man. And a lot of people that are just new into cryptocurrency investing, they're into XRP. I see a bigger pullback. This also looks like Bitcoin, but you never know. Maybe Bitcoin gets the bounce and they all go sideways. But to me, it looks like almost everything's going to get that bigger pullback. That 2 hour, yeah, see, we're just too far away from we got a nice pump, but we're too far from the 21-day moving average. But we just got to stay above the 200. So, you know, same thing here, but we're getting ready to get some nice setups. So you don't have to buy these pumps. You wait for the dip. You wait for that higher low. You see, here's the low, the high, the higher low, and we're off. Listen to Mario. Mario will tell you. Sammy, in 10 years, you got to buy BlackRock's Aladdin. I got strangers on the streets, probably don't know a word about XRP yet.
What about Pepe over here? I know someone doesn't know nothing, but he bought XRP a couple weeks ago. Something is brewing for sure. Yeah, see, it seems like everyone bought some XRP. So this looks like it's coming back down to the 21-day moving average, and then we're going to get the pop easy to the upside. Let's take a look at total market cap and all of cryptocurrency. Let's take a look at the S&P futures. Did the S&P get a bounce? Because it shouldn't have. It had nothing to do with the S&P, right? But this will be interesting to see if it made a play off Bitcoin. It kind of did, which makes no sense. But didn't I tell you that the S&P was going to bounce? Didn't I tell you not to worry and that this was not a dump and that this was going to make some type of pump here? Didn't I said, man, I first said here, I said they're going to keep it here. Then it dipped a little bit. I said that still doesn't make sense to my thesis. I said they're going to print money. I said we're going to come out this week. You know, Thursday, Friday, we have unemployment. I've never been so excited for a non-farm unemployment because this really could set off the rate cut. And one thing I want to show you that I'm kind of spicy for here is the CME watch tool, and I use it a lot, and it has some key indications. So one thing I want to show you is in 16 days, right? It says we have no rate cut for sure, but let's go to May 7th. And you can see that we're sprinkling in 23%. Let's go to June 18th, and we're starting to sprinkle in 58. You're going to July 30th, and I mean, it's all across the board. By September 17th, right? I mean, the fact that we've already cut a rate and we may be going to 37 is at 40%. By October 25th, the fact that we could be going, so it looks, look, I mean, rates could be getting cut. And you go to December, and so, again, I'm not saying this is 100%, but it just starts to show you where the sentiment is leaning. And if unemployment continues to rise, if we continue to have issues in the economy, then they're going to have to cut the rates. They can't just keep smothering us and not letting us, you know. And so Thursday, 8:30 a.m., get a sticky, we have unemployment. And as you can see, the data right there, 236,000, let me put it above me there. But yeah, 236,000, 240,000, right? That's the forecast in the previous. This goes higher. We want to see this at like 250, 248. Anything above the previous. We'd like to see it above the previous, above the forecast. That would put pressure on the economy that we would have to cut rates to help us expand, and then people could hire more people. Unemployment rate too, we'd like to see that drop to raise to 4.1. Right now, if it comes in at 4, nothing burger, okay, but we'd like to see that bump up to 4.1. You know, so anyway, we'd like to see the unemployment rate rise slightly, just enough to put pressure on the Fed Chair Powell. He's also going to speak at 12:30 on Friday too. Fed Chair Powell speaks. So that might have, you know, so he's going to speak at 12:30. I'll probably go live for that. So a double stream. And then, so unemployment claims at 8:30, and then non-farm unemployment rate, unemployment change and unemployment rate at 8:30 on Friday. So Thursday and Friday is going to be fireworks, baby. And it's really going to set the tone for the month of April and where we go. And then you can see our next rate cut will be in March, and then we skip April. So we're going to have a nice, whenever there's a month off of rate cuts, it lets the market breathe. It tends to give us a pump. Don't you understand? Because these are catalysts for market moves. If we can get no catalysts, if we can just extract them, then we can kind of get a smooth move for the market to do its thing. So after March 19th, 2 days after St. Paddy's Day, no more rate cuts until May 7th. We get a bit of a break there for the month of April. And that really could create the catalyst for a bigger move to the upside for Bitcoin. So exciting times to be alive, everybody. Like, this is not when you want to turn off your TV and leave cryptocurrency. Like, we're announcing reserves and people left trading groups, people dipped out of the market, people got liquidated. If you got liquidated, I feel so bad for the people that lost all their capital and couldn't make money on this big gain. There's a lot of people that kept their head on straight and were able to trade this, right? So I see a pump for the S&P, and I talked about it. I haven't really let my guard down for this, and I see shoulder, head, right shoulder. I see this making a move up, getting tight, and then making a bigger move further to the upside. Interesting to see that pump on the S&P futures. NASDAQ too as well, then should be getting the same pump. And again, they have nothing to do with cryptocurrency, but a cryptocurrency reserve pumps the NASDAQ and the S&P because they're correlated to Bitcoin now. Now they go way pump. It's pretty interesting to see. And on top of that, do we get a DXY drop to the downside? You would think people leave, basically dollar risk on assets to the dollar. And you can see the curve. We're getting the shoulder, head, right shoulder. This starts to drop. The DXY takes this right turn. I'm telling you right now, It's starting to show signs. And then if you look at the U.S. Tether dominance, and I told you everything started to set up pretty nicely. Wow, look at Tether dominance. I said we can't break up out of here. Remember when I said we got to get rejected from here on the macro analysis? And we did. We got the rejection. Unbelievable. And that's why you got to watch my Friday macro analysis video. I went over this idea. I said we got to watch the U.S. Tether dominance closely. I said if we break above this, and we did, we spiked up, but then they broke us right back down and drained us. Unbelievable. So this came up and made a flag. I said, that's going to be no good. I said, we cannot be making a flag here above that resistance. I said, we need to stay down here and dump back further to the downside. This is crucial. We do not lose this trend line. We stay below it. And man, wow. I love this analysis. That's why I stick to doing what I do. And then let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. That's Tether dominance right there, the DXY and Bitcoin dominance. I suggested that this was going to stay in a flag and likely get a pretty big move to the upside. So Bitcoin dominance to me is revving up for a huge move, which shows that Bitcoin's about to go on a tear. Specifically when you see the DXY and Tether dominance losing their footing, the money's flowing where? Into BTC. And the president just said he's creating a reserve. The money of the government is flowing into Bitcoin. I don't know what to tell you, but the president of the United States just told me he's putting money in the assets that I invest in. This is the greatest thing I've ever heard. I own every asset. I own XRP. I own Solana. This is the greatest thing for an American cryptocurrency investor to hear in his life. With the Bitcoin tie on in a 3-piece suit, this is where it's at. I almost forgot one other thing. But see, man, this is unbelievable. And this is a time to be alive, man. And this is why I said you got to buy the lows. Again, I made a bunch of gains trading leverage today, and a lot of other people did. But to me, that's not what it's about. It's about those spot buys for Bitcoin in the fear. The average person that hasn't had a lot of time to trade like me, leverage will eat you apart. If you don't really want to spend at least a year or two doing it, or at least 5 to 6 months of concentrated effort, you're going to get chewed apart. I'm just sorry. If you don't want to take leverage seriously, you will get chewed apart. If you don't have discipline, a risk management system, you will get eaten alive. But you can always DCA, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, but for me, I could always DCA into Bitcoin. When I was a beginner and I didn't know how to do all these other things that I know how to do now, I didn't have the trading skills, I could always DCA into Bitcoin. I could always add to my Bitcoin bag. I could always and I could use the fear to my advantage. And I'm telling everyone, that's how I got where I'm at today. My biggest win, my biggest gains to this day, my biggest long-term trade is really an unrealized gain for Bitcoin that I just keep buying, and I keep buying into the fear. Every time I bought the fear, I said to you guys, remember I said on the stream last night and in the last 2 nights, I said, I got to tell you, I'm pretty excited. I said my whole life, when the fear and greed got to a 10, it was one of the greatest opportunities of my life. And so I knew that could have definitely been the bottom, because you never get to a 10. It just doesn't happen. So the odds of that being the bottom are so high. Again, you saw me, I still, showed you that, hey, we might dump here. I don't want to just jump on the bullish bandwagon, because I can see the charts. And when the charts show me what they show me, it is what it is. That's a double top. It's an Adam and Eve. Look at it. It's an Adam and Eve double top. 90% of the time, that's going to break down, regardless of who said what about what reserve. And that's going to send you somewhere back to 91,000. All right? Not the worst thing in the world. Little high volume node there. We might get some action, get a bounce. But it just looks like we're not going to hold these key levels tonight. Again, I'd love a bounce, and I'm open-minded here. Like I said, if we get a bounce, I'm about to go to sleep, and I see us consolidate, I'll open a trade here. And boom, 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 we'll be in the game. All right? Other than that, we're probably going to slump. Am I going to short it? No. I made massive gains tonight. I'm going to smoke a cigar, go in my jacuzzi, light the fire, and say, God bless this beautiful day. Actually, I forgot to get the jacuzzi started. We got to get the jacuzzi started right now. So when the stream ends, I can get in there and rest my back. It's been a long day, baby. But shout out to Mini and Mario. I met Mario. He watched the stream. He joined the trading group. We became friends, right? And then through all that, his wife is an avid boater. Him and his too, but she loves it. She drives the boat, picks us up. It's just unbelievable, man. And we have such a good time. And they chill. They grew up, they raised their kids, so they watch us with our kids. And it's just kind of it's just I don't know. It's a really special relationship, and I have a really good time. And Mindy holds our baby the whole time while she drives. And my wife has a good time. My kids love it. Mario's super helpful and nice. It's just one of the, just want to say thank you to both of you. You guys have given us so many beautiful days on the water, and it's effortless. I just got to show up, park my car, and I'm there, you know. I'm already doing that right now in the hot tub with the cigar, watching the live. Busted Crypto, man. He's in there before me. I got to work. I can't do it like you. I got to work, huh? I come home from the beach. I got to work over here. Nobody can help me out. Nah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, I got a cigar. And the cigars that I like the Palencia Octagon. This thing is money, dude. Palencia, I'll probably like. Plasencia, yeah, Plasencia. Yeah, Plasencia. And they got this octagonal shaped one that I just love. And then the Alma Fuerte is pretty. I like the Alma Fuerte actually. This is my favorite one. The Alma Fuerte, this one is unbelievable. I love this one right here. It gets wider and it looks like oh man. This is my favorite. Box of 10 for $193. They're awesome. They're expensive cigars, but they smoke nice, man. These are Plasencia 1865 Alma Fuerte. These are my favorite. If you ever want to, if you know me and you're coming to my house and you bring me a box of these, huh? Over here. Oh my goodness, over here. So shout out to everybody here on the live. And let's just talk about it. My first relationship with Butanex. So I opened up a Butanex account. I tossed $2,000 in there, right? Tentatively got ready. And we already turned it into $3,309, right? Our first trade, let's see our trade history here on Butanex, right? So I won $20, I won $1,400, I lost $155, right? So beautiful. $2,000 already turned into $3,300. Absolutely lovely. You can't beat that. I'm pretty excited, right? That was I took that scalp right there. And look, and it shows you, right? It kind of shows you too, all your little trades. I bought right there. I sold right there. Like, what a beautiful trade. Like, you can't beat that. Bought at $85,000, sold at $93K. I mean, just Chabela over here, right? So Butanex, and why do I like Butanex? There's a bunch of cool stuff. Number one, let me show you. All right, I just got to be honest. Like I'm a searcher for tech and cool stuff. So watch this. There's a couple things I really like about Butanex. This isn't a great flag, but let's just say this was a flag I wanted to trade. Let's just say it looked better than it does. And I was going to trade the flag, and I'd set up the trade as such, right? I'd say, okay, there's my stop loss, and I do the same thing, right? Long position. Boom. It'll disappear. If you don't want it to disappear, you can right-click it and hit always show stats in style, and it won't disappear on you if you'd like to, you know. Otherwise, it will disappear, which is kind of nice sometimes. You don't need it there if you don't want it, but... So the idea is like, okay, I want to get into this trade, but what if you didn't have the time? Like, sometimes I'm just like, all right, I want to see what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I know how much I'm willing to risk. I'm like, okay, you know, and I hit open long, right? So I just slap it in there. Now I'm in there, and I'm like, okay, look, you can drag the take profit, and you can just move the stop loss. Like, this is insane. Like, MEXC's got to implement this. Like, you guys are going to get, like, this is insane. Look at that. And it made a little cool sound for me. I just think that's insane. And I didn't even have to write it all in there, waste my time. Bang, bang, bang. You know? And you can kind of see what you're doing, right? I just think it's amazing. I think it's unbelievable, right? I'm not in the trade yet, but you can, right? And if we get the limit order set, boom, it'll be in there, and I'll have my stop loss and my take profit ready to go. And look, I'm going to lose 142. If you drag over it, it tells you what you're going to win or lose. This says I'm going to gain 724 or I'm going to lose 142. It's just like, I mean, this is hot sauce right here. Like, that little thing can save me so much time when I'm scalping the 1 minute time frame. It's unbelievable. So, like, I'm going to keep this open. Now, the fees are a little higher than MEXC, so MEXC still has the lowest fees in the game. You can't beat MEXC. Like, it's probably going to be but I like Butanex. I like this movement. All right? I like what they're doing here. This is very interesting. So right now we're signing up for a Butanex. We have a bit of a campaign running right now. And if you sign up with the link up here, let me just kind of take you through with what we're doing. so you know. And I like exchanges. This is non-KYC for Americans. You know, see what I'm saying? Like, this is awesome. So right now, event 1 is deposit. If you deposit $100 and trade once, get $20. If you deposit $500, trade once, get $50. If you deposit $1,000 and trade once, get $200 and a VIVP3 for 1 month, which is pretty cool. Now, the weekly rewards. If you reach 100K in trading volume, which isn't that hard to do, honestly. It's, you know, within a week, get a 15 features trading bonus, 500 in a week, 75, $1 million in a week, 150, and $5 million in a week, 600. And then the prize pools get even bigger. Like if your total trading volume reaches $20 million, the prize will increase to 2,000. And it goes, if we can get the volume all the way up to 500 million, which I've seen us do many times before as a group, like it's pretty simple, then the prize pool increases to 20K and a Rolex, man. So anyway, it's up to you. I'm not forcing you to do anything you don't want to do, but I started trading on this. I'm going to keep it open. I'm going to have, today I like to have multiple, trades open. I like to do different things. I like to have a scalp open here, this open there. Look, my trade just opened now. They caught me on the limit order, right? And that's how you make the least amount too. If you don't want to pay the least fee, see how I limit it in? You got to set your order below price and let price come down to you. If you can catch it like that, then you're going to what's called limit into price action. All right? I want to just keep it open just to see. Watch me make like $10. Let's see the smaller time frames if there's going to be a bit of a bounce or not. Nah, it doesn't look good. See, that looks like a head and shoulder about to dump. See? And you can flash close, you can reverse. So right here, I'm like, oh yeah. Now, can you put another stop loss? Can you put like 2 stops? You can, look. And you can put another take profit. Look at that. Now you have 2 take profit. This is crazy, man. Or maybe it just moved it down. But regardless, pretty cool, right? You can do all sorts of drag it and drop it. I mean, this is awesome. Flash close it, no worries. And it's out. And it makes these cool little sounds when you get in and out. I think it's awesome. I'm really cool. I'm into it. I love it. Buy right here. I mean, that thing right there, that drag and drop, oh my God. The second I saw that, I freaked out. I absolutely freaked out. It's such a small thing, but for a guy like me that trades faster than 1 minute and very attentive, fast speed on the servers, very movement, I like the price action. I'm seeing it looks like it's very hip, very quick. It's looking interesting. So, and again, I'm going to move off of it and stop shilling. I get it. Sam, you're a shill. What the heck? I know. Sorry. But you know what? You're going to use an exchange. I want to find the best exchanges for you. I came to terms. People are going to use exchanges, right? That's the tools we use. The best I could do is at least find the exchanges that have the best customer service. And then this is another thing that I like about this. If I didn't put out the link, you might join the exchange anyway. And then if something ever happens, you're sitting there on customer service. I get cool. I have meetings with the people, right? I go to dinner with these people. Like, I get to know who runs these exchanges. And I tell them, I'm not a regular guy. Like, I love my people. And I go to bat for everyone in my group. And so if I find out anything happened, like basically one day, use the VPN or I don't know. It happens sometimes a week. And people get an account frozen. I will make sure, I will write an email, say, hey, this is blah, blah, blah. This is the user ID. Please make sure this is done in a day. These are the people that work, underneath my link. If it's underneath my link, I'm going to go out of my way to make sure that you're taken care of by the customer service. And I'm not going to allow anyone to disrespect any of my lifers. You see what I'm saying? And they know that. They want to work with me for that reason. They like the integrity of our group, and I like the integrity of the exchanges that I connect with. So, my thing is I can throw my weight around to keep you guys at least as best protected as I can. And I like that idea. So for me, and yeah. So the weekly could make a beautiful bounce here. I like what I'm seeing. Wait, see, it always does this. Hold on. I was about to say. If you look at it on the CME or something, I was like, that has to be the CME. I was like, it looks too nice, right? What we really want to see is if this trend line stays alive, we might come test it one more time. You see? Just because, we didn't really break out of this. Now, maybe we double bottom, and this is our bounce, right? And we double bottom out of here. That's possible, but it does look more bearish than bullish to me at the present moment in time. Look at the bounce off the strange. Look at this, though. Look at the bounce right there. I would have won that trade. Oh, no, that's Bitcoin dominance. All right. I'm bugging. I do see a move for Bitcoin dominance regardless. If Bitcoin goes sideways, more people are going to be buying into Bitcoin. And that's going to create a bit of a move and a bit of a frenzy there. So back to my analysis, right? Slow it down so everyone knows exactly what I'm looking at. You hit the 21, you got far away, you pumped up beautifully. We're all kind of looking at this bigger channel that you're in now. And top, bottom. We need some type of right shoulder. We need some insurance. We're not going to go lower. The 4 hour is a little far away from the 21-day moving average. Many a time, when you pump that far away, you will come back to the 21. That will create a bit of a cup and handle, and then we can get on out of here. But it does suggest you're coming back down to test possibly $89,000. So I see more downside throughout the night for Bitcoin. I could be wrong, and we gave you this one idea that we might be bouncing like this. If you zoom really close, that's an Adam and Eve double bottom on like the 15 or the 5 minute time frame. And they suggest that they 90% of the time break to the downside or break whatever, if they're down, they break. If they're on the bottom, they break up if they're down. So this says you 90% chance you're going somewhere back to 90,260. So that's just, So the odds to me are that we're going back down to visit the 1 hour 21-day moving average, the 4 hour 21-day moving average areas. But there's a chance, I'll keep a chance out that we kind of consolidate. If we were to consolidate, then I would be pulled into a long, right? But the odds are more likely we're going somewhere down into this key area, and then tomorrow we can reassess. So that's what I see happening for Bitcoin. I see a move to the downside, and I'm out of all longs right now at the present moment in time. I'm not in any longs. I took that for a beautiful gain. I'm going to celebrate the night and be super excited with what happened. The bears got absolutely annihilated. It was unbelievable. I see people rushing back into the market that left the market. They're going to wonder what the heck they were doing, and they're going to want to jump back in. So, yeah, it is what it is. Don't get caught. Don't get caught out there. And never panic sell. Let's take a look at Solana. I was going to panic sell. I like saying, I was going to panic sell, man. But it didn't look good. It didn't look good down there at 125. I mean, maybe this is a bear market and you sell at 180 now, but we got back to 179, 180. Can you believe that? All the way to drop back to 168, though. I mean, was this a dead cat bounce? Was this our last chance to get out of the market before a nastier, bigger dump? Is this really just a bear market beginning and this was our chance to get out? I'll tell you one thing. Sol didn't break above the 200 MA on the daily like Bitcoin did. However, Sol does tend to follow BTC. And I saw Sol may be in this Livermore cylinder that I was looking at the other day. And we're seeing a bounce all the way slowly back up, somewhere to maybe even 277. I mean, if he has this strategic reserve and they come out with this crypto summit and, it's interesting. But whoever is the leader of Sol, whoever lobbies for Sol, they've got power, man. And they've got Sol in the right people's hands at the right time, and they've got their ears in the right, and they're in the right people's ears with their Solana lobbying or whatever they're doing. And even with all the controversy and the ups and downs with Solana, do we get a bounce? Right now, I'm not a huge fan with us being below the 200 MA, right? And having a fast pump away from the 21-day moving average. Same scenario here. I see a downward movement here, and that would be our cup and handle. And this could be your kind of last chance. That would be your first higher low. One low, high, higher low, high, third higher low, and then boom, off the 21. We would then cross the 4-hour 200 MA. When Sol crosses the 4-hour 200 MA and you are late to the party, that could be your last chance to get in before we have a rally beyond belief, if it does occur that way. So, yeah, I never panic sold, even though it got to 128 where I was only up $20,000 because I got in at 109. And then it ripped back up within, can you believe that? Within a day, my investment was up, went from being, I was up 200 grand. Let's just go back. This is the roller road of crypto. One of my positions. We get up to 291, 294. I'm up basically $188,000 on the trade, right? 180
$7,000 in profit. Like not like, you know, on top, it's a $287,000 position. I put $100,000 in. Comes all the way back down, and I'm only up $20,000. My $200,000 goes back down $20,000 literally in a month, and then it rips back up today, all the way back up, and I'm up about $72,000 again, $71,000. Absolutely insane. I gotta tell you, like, this is not for the weary. To make $500,000 to $1 million in cryptocurrency on this sole position will take it's going to be insane. Most people won't be able to handle the ups and downs holding a position like that, but it will teach you a lot. I've been doing this for years now. So I did it with $5,000. I did it for $10,000. I did it for $20,000. Now I can handle it with $100,000. Soon I'll be able to handle it with $1 million. You know, and you just that's what you hope as you evolve as a trader. You can handle bigger amounts of money, and you can handle the swings. Yeah. Take a look at the flag for Aurora. Let's take a look at Aurora. Thank you. And now that Bitcoin kind of ripped out of its mind, you know, a little bit there, it's going to help the rest of the market as well. I don't know what Aurora is, man. Is it a crypto? It is. I mean, a flag on the 1 hour or something like this. Are we looking at the same coin? It's coming back down. Now, this is what I see Bitcoin doing. Bitcoin pumps. See, right now, Bitcoin's doing this. Bitcoin pumped on the 4 hour. It crossed, but Bitcoin's a little higher and it pulled the 21. But Bitcoin pumps, and it's got to come back to the 21-day moving average. Same thing here, and then it could pump back up. I wouldn't touch this, though, but it looks like it will pump. But I think there's better out there. Let's take a look at Sonic USDT. Who asked about Sonic? Ildeus27. God bless you. So I looked at Sonic and his giant cup and handle, right? Looks like a shoulder head, possibly a right shoulder there. Again, a little bit of a pullback with what Bitcoin's doing. You'd like to see it make some type of flag like this before it can pump further to the upside. And that's kind of what we're looking at, right? So boom, boom, boom. Again, does it just collapse and bounce off the 21, make a double bottom? It's possible. Looks like we are getting some type of pullback. You know, one scenario is that you're going to make like a big chubby triangle here. And you have to come a little lower first before the bigger breakout. Two ideas in my mind that I'm looking at, but I'm also looking for this shoulder, you know, this shoulder head, right shoulder, this cup and handle to the upside here. So I don't know why I'm so small ball on you there. But, we're looking for that idea. This right shoulder to kind of come to fruition, and then boom, Sonic can plow. Sonic's hot right now. Andre Condre's making the rounds. Seems like it's kind of getting the buzz it needs, and it could go higher. I seen him do a couple interviews recently, so he's been on the circuit. Have you heard of AURORA? DLUME. I don't know what DLUME is. No, I've never heard of it. I have no idea what you're talking about. DLUME. And look, JOBSEEK had a nasty dump, man. Sell it. These coins are small. Look, now it's got an Adam and Eve double bottom, though. See this Adam and Eve stuff? This stuff is crazy. The Adam and Eve double bottom is so insane. I'd love to just experimentally see if that plays out. Where do you think XRP lands for the night? We already went over that. I see it pulling back. Yeah. Just go back to my analysis. I'm pretty sure I looked at some key levels there. Maybe I didn't know. Let me check for you. I can't remember. Today was crazy. Today was like 5 days in one for me. It was a lot. Yeah, I see it headed back somewhere down to about 261, 250 area. You know, and actually, no, 260, 261. You don't want to see it lose the 200 man in the 4 hour time frame, really. But it definitely looks like it has, like, I don't know, an 8 to 12, maybe 16 hour pullback. Have you heard of AURORA? DLUME? No. DLUME? I have now. So I don't know what it is. 2 million lock liquidity, very tiny. I don't even see a website, so no. Looks like trash. I don't know. Be careful. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe it's great. I have no idea. I don't want to piss anybody off. I have no idea what it is.
All right, so let's just see here what's happening. So, look, it got the bounce. You know, today there was so much bullishness in the air, and with this reserve in other countries, in the next 5 minutes, there could be a huge announcement that China is opening a reserve. And we could see Bitcoin just like absolutely skyrocket. So, you know, there's a chance right there that bounce is all we're going to get for the pullback. You got to, you know, and I don't know what's going to happen, everyone. Everyone expects me to have exactly the exact answer. I just know how to trade it so I don't get left in the dust. You know, you say, hey, you got to have a stop loss here and see what happens. That looks interesting. That makes me want to kind of throw in a trade somewhere. Like risk that 300 on BitConnect. So what if I lose the 300? Like, you know, a little risky there. But look at that. Look how it's bouncing and holding 93K. Showing some signs of support at 93,000 here for Bitcoin. Definitely a chance you could trade this in the next few hours. Don't give up on this just yet. We are a little far away from the 21-day moving average on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. I get it. That gives it high. That makes this high risk. If they weren't that far away, this trade would be lower risk. It would be a hotter trade. All right. So anything could happen. You got to be open-minded for it. So remember, I'm just pounding this in your mind again. It's two possible scenarios. This doesn't. I've never really seen a falling wedge with a long, like the base that wide. So it almost looks more likely it's going to consolidate at this point. Like usually when it dumps, it would have dumped by now. Something more shallowy, you know. But again, who knows? We can't. That is high speculation by my geometric shaping, and we can't go by that for sure. But it definitely looks like we could be getting a bounce here for Bitcoin. Who loves technical analysis as much as me? I just absolutely love doing this. Please check Rose. And let's take a look here at the fan funding and see what's happening out there. Shout out to Paul Wood. Shout out to Humble Servant. Shout out to 4-Star Strength. Shout out to Aaron Morris. Yep. I trusted you, Sammy, even if you're a leader of the pump. Hey, amen. God bless you, man. Hey, man, if it's a pump, it's a pump, right? Doesn't that look like an Adam Eve double top? Yeah, we said that numerous times already. God bless you, Michael G. Would you just come to the stream? Yeah. My guy, my go-to guy for TA. Shout out to CA. Shout out to you, man. People think I'm crazy. Goni. Hey. Rose's good to good call. Thank you. Shout out to Ilduce27. TA is my NA and AA combined. You're funny. My Chinese brother, don't let us down. You're funny. Shout out to Paul Wood. You haven't shout out my name, Sammy. Shout out to Hidden Treasure, man. I love you, brother. We found you. Shout out to Rave Song Records in the house with the 333. See how he puts the big threes in there so I can see him? Where do we get the Ganitis cream? The Ganitis cream. Where's the Ganitis? No, I got Ganitis. I got Ganitis again, man. I don't know. Where's your mom? Where's your mom? Where's your mom? Why? Why are you asking for my mom? I don't know. She got the cream. I heard you got the Ganitis cream. I heard she's the only one that has the cream. She's the ancient old witch. She knows she's got it. I need the Ganitis. The music stopped, but not the gains. Amen, right? Man, it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. Look at, we're getting the bounce as suggested. Falling wedges break to the upside 68% of the time. The small time frames may just save the day here and give us a nice long consolidation for a Bitcoin pump back to $103,000. $103,000. I love your show, Sammy, especially the pace to keep us entertained. God bless you, man. I love you. You got to keep it moving. If you don't keep it moving, then the show is, I watch a lot of other people's streams, and it's like this. This is a regular crypto live stream. Okay. And we're watching it. Let's go back over here. Yeah, so I started the trade, and we were watching this, and we're going to see, oh, you want me to go over any coins, guys? Are there any coins? Any coins you want me to go over? Let me check for you guys. So that is 90% of the crypto streams out there. Like, that's just kind of what it's going to be like. It's going to be slow-mo. Like, you're not going to get an announcer voice. You're not going to get the energy. You're not going to get the punch, right? You're not going to get the professionalism, that television vibe feel. It's just not going to feel the same. You're going to want to come here and make it happen. And this is the place to be. All right. So that's why this channel is entertaining, man. This is entertainment at its best. At its best. Because we can actually make gains while we entertain, which is something not many people can do. You know what I mean? It's awesome. I love it. Wow, there's a nice wick there. That's showing some strength, everybody. We gotta hand it to it. And so I want to delete everything here. And I'm on next. I'm on every exchange in the game, but I like it because I got my scalps going. My long trade's open. I can leave a trade. I do better when I don't see the trade at all. And I just let the trade cook. You know what I mean? Cook, baby, cook. I'm still in the back of my mind. I'm like, man, we're so far away. This could make just a right shoulder, and we might make one of these. I've seen this before too. Shoulder, rounded top, shoulder, and it looks kind of like cat ears in a way, and we bounce to the downside, right? If enough people put in shorts, it'll pump. If enough people put in longs, it'll dump 100%. Yeah. So could we get this further bounce to the upside? That's what I want to see. Tom Crown's my buddy, man. I love Tom Crown. Yeah, but Tom Crown's got a cool, interesting voice. He's not like the other guys, man. He's got like an announcer voice. He's, hey, what's going on? Oh, I was looking at my longs the other day. I can kind of do Tom Crown, but all the way. Every once in a while, he does that like, he talks like he's your buddy, like you know him, like he's in your room, though. I love that guy, man. He's one of the nicest people in the space. He really is. He's been so nice to me, so good to me. I consider him a brother, bro. Like I have his phone number. We talked to him the other day, and I said, man, we gotta spend more time saying what up, man. Because we both know what it's like. We both go through so much. And he's like, dude, nobody knows what we go through with the streaming and the timing. He's like, you got to have friends in the space, man. And it's nice to see people that were like already kind of, bigger streamers, and they welcome me into the fold, and they're nice to the fold. They're nice to me. They're good to me. And that's how you know they're good people, man. They're not big shots. They don't try to act above anything. They're cool, man. They're cool. Want to spend your Solana crypto seamlessly? Join the Soul giveaway now. Oh my God, come on, man. This is so crazy. You're crazy. Get that out of here. To the next rug. Yeah, exactly. He's not also a shill, just a real person. Amen. Tom Crown looks like a drinking buddy you hang out with in Daytona. You guys are funny, man. He's awesome, man. Jason Casper's awesome too. I've collabed with both of them before. Yeah. Me and Tom used to be on ATB together. We used to do a bunch of stuff together. I may start a show that brings everyone back together one day, like an ATB type of show, because we need something like that, man. It really started, we started hanging out with bigger people. We had people that were known in the regular world started coming on that show. That show was really, like, there was a girl on Fox News, and I was with, you know what I mean? And I saw her on Fox News, and I was like, oh, I shared the screen with her the other day. And it was changing my career. I was starting to share screen time with people that were actually, like, known in the news space. It was, man, right when the show ended, things were getting real hot. The ATV was starting to blow up. And I was, like, one of the main characters on that show. That show was really, really good for me. It was unbelievable. And bang, 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 right? People are so funny, man. So 93,000 seems to be like we're tempted to put in a bit of a double bottom there. 1, 2 there at 93K. And then we have resistance, but this, I wouldn't put it past that there's a chance. It could make the right shoulder and dump. So here's what you're looking for into tonight. It makes the right shoulder, takes you down, which is the most likely scenario because of where the 21-day moving average is on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, just so you know. Or we go sideways and we do pump. That's just more unlikely based on the distance of the 21, but anything is possible. I've seen it all. So there's no guarantees we're not going to get what we're looking for here. And apologize for my lateness. Do you guys want the truth, or do you want me to just to kind of like tell you like it was like whatever? You know what I mean? Yeah, ATB was where I found you. Thank you. See, to this day, a lot of people found me on that show. The three of you guys cover so much knowledge and different perspectives. I learned so much from Seb, Jason, and Tom, all by listening. Shout out to you, man. Honestly, you wouldn't need anything else in the space, really. Us three cover the gambit, honestly. You're going to get your fibs. You're going to get your ideas. Yeah, it's pretty spot on, us three. And we're dedicated, and we love what we do.
You know, and there's a brotherly love between us all, man. There really is, because we know what it's like to dedicate yourself to streaming and to technical analysis. Like, anyone could stream, but to stream your live trades, to put your butt on the line and live trade in front of people, like, that's no joke, man. You can lose, and no one wants to lose in front of somebody. No one wants to lose a trade in front of thousands of people. I've done it hundreds of times. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to do that. And so you do what nobody wants. And someone told me today, he said, nobody out there wants to lose in front of people. He's like, you do what nobody wants to do, Sam. He's like, and that's why you're the man. He said, I was like, yo, you're the man. Mario builds me up, man. Whenever I hang out with him, he's like the uncle I never had, bro. He really is an awesome guy. So, yeah, that makes me want to long that right now, because, you know, there's a chance but it will be a little bit of a pump. It's like, I just hate missing out on big pumps. That's why the daily trade, I really could have just kept the daily trade marinating, but I like to take the profits. Yeah, so 1,000 on weeks, like 1,500 on BitTinex, like 2,500 on MEXC. Like, it was just a great day, man. It was a great day. And some other trades too, like, and then I scalped for another $700. Right before I went out, I was like, I'll just throw the scalp in, and then boom, boom, boom. And then I scored one more scalp. I kept the losses small, and I didn't chase with a big amount at the end. Like, I was going to chase with a big amount in the end and give back $2 grand. I didn't do it. I'm so proud. It was such a great day of trading, you know. I watch all streets too sometimes. I don't know what this is. I found you from Ryan Mata before he became an advocate for the... interesting. Thank you. That's crazy, man. Once I found you, Sam, I dropped everyone else. You became... my man. God bless you, Crypto Father 3. God bless you. You only have Nage sales when you first on ATB, I believe. Crazy to watch your growth, man. Thank you for saying that. God bless you. Yeah, it might have been 9, 10,000, something like that. Yeah, maybe 12,000. Yeah, it was very small. Yeah, the 15-minute, he says, is just getting started. The Stokes are a little overbought, though. Also tells me we may be getting right-shouldered there, because the Stokes might not have that power to continue. Oh, the 15-minute, actually. So sorry. Yeah, you're right. The 15-minute looks like they're just getting started. That's a banana curve. Like, that could do some damage. Makes me want to just take a nibble. You know what I mean? Like, just a niblet. Just a niblet. I mean, am I really going to get to 104,000? I don't think so. Right? And I am giddy off all the wins now, so it's kind of like whatevs. Don't do what I'm doing. If you didn't win huge, don't do this. If you don't have money to burn, don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't do it. And again, and don't do what you see people do on you know, this is all for entertainment purposes only. Please, like, just make sure you're, you know, maintaining. And this is how I keep the losses small. Like, I don't want to give back a lot of loss. There's no reason. I want to just test the waters here, see how this trade plays out. 104,065, 90,519. Maybe is it? So if that's at 58, then I need to triple that. So 6,000. That's cool for me. 4,800. I like it. 180 in margin. Tiny trade, right? Yeah. 47. It's a tiny trade. But I just want to, you know, if it starts to get tight, we stay tight, then I'll add to the trade, and I'll start to get a little more robust. I like to kind of dip my feet in the water first, see how it goes, go from there. Give us a cup and Sammy over here. Hey. Sammy, can you get a shout out? Shout out to Meet Damien. Hope you're having a wonderful day out there. God bless you and your family, my friend. Jennifer Moffitt, I'll find you on Saturday night around 2-3 years ago. Not sure how. YouTube algorithm finding on a Saturday night too. Shout out to Jennifer. We love you. Jennifer, you're one of my favorite, man. God bless you. Like, you always comment. You're always there. You support me day in and day out. Yeah, I found you on ATB as well. Been watching you and learning ever since. I learned so much from your stream. People think I'm smarter than I really am. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Cash and on crypto, man. God bless you, man. Try to resist spending my profits on Uber Eats. It's a tough life. I'm telling you. Hey, man, don't do that. Make yourself a sandwich. Get yourself some peanut P&J and save that money. I have to be real. I've lost thousands on Caspa. I need some get back, seriously. But I'll be damned if I sell and miss a future pump. I mean, is it unrealized gains? Then you've watched nothing. You know what I mean? Jason Casper versus Sam Price in an epic rap battle at Miami Stadium. I'd pay to see it. You guys are funny, man. Buy gold bars and silver, guys. Don't forget. Oh, come on, man. I think that I was a gold and silver bar guy for a long time, but come on. It's BTC or nothing at this point. Found you in the pancake video. I know, right? Saw was the cake man. Baudry, man. God bless you, see? Found you for the BitBoy show, he said. Yep. I used to go on their show, too. They put me on the day show and millions of people, man. And he had me on the day show. Like, he didn't have to do that, bro. That guy... And it's like crazy, man. Anyway, and there's all this mixed up and downs. I know there's so much going on. The past is in the past, man. The future to the future, man. And may all the great things that God wants to happen. Amen. I found you in Mexico in the van. Yeah, sure. You're so crazy, man. You gotta get here, baby. My roots, man. Amen. So Bitcoin might get a bounce here. It still looks more likely like we'll get a head and shoulder dump. It's better off you leave this alone tonight and don't trade it. That's why my trade is so light, okay? And that's kind of my idea. Let's see if there's, and again, Cardano pump, everything pump. It looks like now we're going to get like the flag. So I don't know if chasing tonight would be the best. Bob, I've been watching you for years, man. Learn the sauce that I know here, man. God bless you. 100x, 100 times. I appreciate your work. Much love. No homo. Nice suit. I am the guy that always says nice suit, man. God bless you, brother. Suit doesn't have an E on it. I love you, though. I'm not in a suite right now. No, but I love you, man. I don't mean to be rude. I'm the biggest typo king, so I shouldn't say a word about a typo. Yeah, Casper and Render are the GOAT coins. Amen. Hey, I'm still in Render. I'm still in Casper. Let's take a look at both those coins and take a bit of a deep dive here. And this is Phantom. Phantom actually looks pretty nice. I've seen coins do this exact thing and boom to the upside like you read about. Phantom, SUSDT, stop loss below 60 cents. And that might be a play on play. SUSDT. A bit pretentious to only use a ticker as S, you know. I find that a bit. But hey, they're the only S in the game, man. I found you last week. God bless you. Thank you. I found you last week, too. Look at, what do you know? I can't believe that happened. What a coincidence. How could we, at the same time, how could we have both found each other at the same time? We're all trying not to spend our profits out right now. I know, right? Nothing. BTC, you know. So let's take a look here. What was I about to talk about? I was about to talk about Render. I was about to talk about my baby Render. Now, Render's one of my bigger coins. I have a big position in Render, a fatty. And, man, it whipped all the way down to 346. It got the pump to the 4-hour what? To the 200 MA on the 4-hour time frame. So a lot of coins got the pump, but they got a rejection. I mean, it could be a dead cat bounce. They didn't break previous highs. Let's see, though. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Can we start to get the move? So what everyone's hoping and praying for is this kind of cup and handle. And so this also kind of suggests that Bitcoin's going to go back because you can kind of see every coin's kind of in that same vibe. And so honestly, we got to get back. You know, this could have just been a dead cat bounce. Last chance to get out before a massive dump. And everyone's going to say, man, why didn't I sell right there? You know, I got to give you guys both perspectives. There's someone out there that's going to tell you it's only bullish and then we're going up. And then someone's going to say that, oh, this is a fake bounce. I don't know what's going to happen. It's looking good. But we got to come back every day and keep it moving, right? We can't just, we can't rely on one moment in time. We got to consistently add up the probabilities. And then we're going to get a bit of a break when things start to pull back, right? So look, there's a short for Casper right there. A shoulder, head, right shoulder. Someone asked me about it. I said it's probably going to dump. And look at that. Casper did dump beautifully. What a short right there. I said I would short it right there with a stop above that right shoulder. You're shorting the right shoulder. What a beautiful move that would have been, huh? So last time someone asked me about it, I did see this cup and handle, but then I saw the shoulder, head, right shoulder. You can see I have a short right there. It definitely played out. 2-to-7 risk-reward ratio. Let's take a look at the bigger time frame for Casper and whittle our way down here and see what's happening. So Casper did lose some key levels. I kept saying how that neckline was going to break, right? It looked like it was going to break. It didn't look good to me. Sorry, my finger slipped there. And we did lose the neckline, Shoulder, head, right shoulder, dumped to the downside. I was like, I don't know how that, it looks like we could head down to 4 cents or 9 cents. So I don't know, man. Casper doesn't look good. If you look at the weekly, it's about to lose weekly support. Unless it can bounce sooner than later, it looks like you could definitely see a 5-cent Casper. It looks possible. So, Casper, sorry. Again, I hold this coin. I like this coin. I don't mean to hate on it. I'm just being honest. right? So it technically, it has to bounce off this 3-day divergence here, which isn't even that strong at all. Daily has a little bit of bullish divvy right now. See, as you're swinging up while you're swinging down here. So a little bit of daily bullish div, but not amazing. Not absolutely amazing. And one time I started the jacuzzi and then I actually like hit my finger and it wasn't really on anymore. And then I was like, whoa, what's happening, right? No, so everything looks good right now. It's at a 92 though. I can't stop the stream, so at least we get to 100, right? I'm not going to sit and wait and waiting for the jacuzzi. That's that feeling. I can't stand that feeling. Again, rounded tops don't pay the bills either. Like, I've never liked a rounded top in my life. It's never been a good look. I've liked rounded bottoms. They produce a bigger pump. So is Casper going to head back down to, like, I don't know. Is something going to happen here? I don't know. It's like hit or miss. Everyone says it's the greatest coin in the world, best community in the game. I mean, a lot of talk about Casper, but, like, shout out to After I Was Investing. He bailed at about 18, 19 or something. Smartest move he ever made, man. Almost wish I bailed out with him. We'll see, though, over time. But right now, Casper just isn't doing it for me, man. And I'm still holding it, pretty reluctantly. And even the TA, there's not a lot of good TA on it. It just doesn't look hot right now at all. In any way, shape, or form. It's got to break above its 4-hour 200 MA before I even consider any business on it. Like, it just... The 1 hour finally got the move with the Bitcoin pump. It got some movement, but right, like you say, look, it just... Let's hope this flag can stay intact. Let's hope Bitcoin can pump and kind of get this thing back in action here. You got to keep this momentum sooner than later. Casper's just dwindling, man. So many better setups than Casper right now out there. Like Gray with the Solana bounce, it usually kind of goes behind that. See, everything got the pump to the 200 MA, and now it's like everything is lagging right now. See? And Bitcoin kind of with the bounce, but also going sideways, just kind of sitting in limbo, waiting. How many shorts, how many longs? Somebody said if enough people short, it'll probably go after them. If enough people long, it'll go after them. Let's take a look at what's happening to BOOKMAP and see what it's kind of telling us about that scenario and how many people are where. So it's saying, hey, there's a lot of longs with a huge liquidation down at 91,000. And there's still these longs. There's still these longs down here that could get liquidated at 70,000. Like, I have to be honest. Remember, we went to 108,000, back to 90, back to 100, back to 90 again. Don't be surprised. We could still see 70K, everyone. I think a lot of people are under the impression that there's no way we couldn't go back down to 70K, that we're guaranteed a pump. That's just not the case. You don't want to get too complacent in this market and start thinking that something isn't guaranteed when it's not. So be very, very careful right now with this, and take it one step, one day at a time. A lot of people are going to be overly bullish, just like they were overly bearish. All right. And again, there's some right to be with the reserve, but just take it easy, one step at a time. Don't let the news sweep you off your feet and crush you. All right. We have a huge CME gap now too. Yeah. Let's look at the CME gap that he just said. And how you look at the CME gap, you go to Bitcoin USD futures and you take a look at what's happening. And yeah, that gap is ginormous. Now the gap is what time frame is the gap on though? I mean, we have a gap up there that looks, there's a big gap there now. See, when we come into play. Huge gap, but we're right on it. So like we could easily just come back, snatch it up and bounce. And we don't have to go all the way to 84,000, but yeah, I mean, that's not pretty, right? I mean, it's a gap. Look at the size of that thing, right? It's a giant gap. Interesting. Right above it, though, we'll see. Wow, Bitcoin getting a bit of a pump, right? Is that like... I'm already up $5, man. And again, like, that would be an amazing move, right? And it could happen, everybody. See, I set up with the idea that anything is possible, and that's why I hit gains, everyone, because I have, maybe you can, but maybe it's not. I'm willing to lose to find out what's possible. All right. Exactly.
Rounded bottoms and gaps. Amen. Yeah, this guy. Oh, man. And then I say it because I don't realize it. It's like, mine is Pally Kiss, yeah. $500,000 XRP unlocked from escrow all over X now. Interesting. XRP unlocked at escrow. And we'll do this tomorrow in the morning, just so you know. So you still got time, everyone. Go to this tweet. $50 BTC. Go to this tweet. Find out more. All right. I love this guy. I love you, man. You people are nice to me. He says, too many typo, man. He's like, it's all over the place. Right? Assess is assess. I know, right? I'm winning this shirt in a while. Lose refers to tying. See, exactly. When you're in a rush to get info to your group, I can understand, though. At least you get the message across. He's so funny, man. From the afternoon vibe, they're on the daily job with stop loss included. Yeah, for anyone who's not giving your ammos early to gains, you're funny. So I'll go through more of these tomorrow and we'll break it down. Shout out to Ray, Gutsky, and Open Red. I love it. I love it. I love it. The 30 is looking for the moving average across and lots of shorts entering. Let's take a look at the 30 minute. Yeah. Yeah, it almost looks shoulder head like he might just collapse there on XRP. Let's take a look at it on Bitcoin, though. You said something about a cross, though? I don't see a cross. It does look like you're going to make a shoulder head on a right shoulder for whatever reason. That looks like a likely scenario, but no guarantees there at all, right? Oh, I can't wait to take my suit off and relax, man. It's been a long day, man. Sundays, bloody Sundays. But not today, huh? I found you yesterday. Hey, I found you yesterday. Look at what Eric Trump just said. What did Eric Trump just say? Somebody said here. Let's take a look. At Eric Trump. What did he just say? Oh, yeah, let's take a look. I love the genius of announcing a strategic reserve on a Sunday when traditional markets are closed and Wall Street sleeps. For the first time, retail investors win. Traditional finance better catch up or it'll quickly become extinct. The world no longer runs on a Monday through Friday. Yo, that's vicious. That's vicious. I love the genius of announcing a strategic reserve on a Sunday. Look at this. Like, the world no longer runs on a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. It really doesn't, though. It really doesn't. That's how I made all my gains today. Should have done it on Monday. Now we're going to get retraced on you. So what? We can short now. We can short Monday, man. No worries. It's all right. I see what he's saying, though, because of the gap and all that. But we'll see what happens. Retail for the win. Can't wait for Justin to beat your father in the White House soon. So what? You're funny. Check out Sheena. These people are crazy, right? Anyway, that's interesting, right? But yeah, I don't know. I take it with a grain of salt. One step at a time. It does nothing for me. I got to look at the charts, right? Whatever the charts convey is what's going to happen, and we got to pay attention to the charts. So, yeah, it doesn't change much for me and what I'm looking at because the charts are going to tell me what to do regardless. So, yeah. Ever hear of SSE thoughts? No, I've never heard of it. Is this LSE here? Is this it? It's down in the dumps, but it's been on a long trajectory. Looks like it likes to bounce off this range a lot, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4. So you would suggest that it may, but it is below the 200-day and the 3-day chart. I don't know. It's pretty choppy. It's like it's just in like it's technically that's a bullish rectangle that over time should break out at one point, but kind of shoulder head right shouldery in a way. I don't know. It looks pretty sketchy to me. Getting some mixed signals, but you got a bullish divvy. What I would do is I would set the resistance of the bullish divergence, and if it can get a bounce above that area, that would be the retest, and that's where I would be thinking to trade it. All right, that level I would be looking at is about 1,631. I don't know if that's what you're talking about though. ETF sell off Monday. RSI curves and money flow on the market side are looking pretty bullish. Hey, let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I don't know. To me, I see right shoulder
looks more like a, whenever I'm this far from the 1 hour 221, it's usually bad news. Not bad news, good news for the shorts to make money, but time to get out. We got rejected by the 2 hour, the 2 hours above the 200 MA. Hold up here. Let's see if the 2 hour can hold that 200 MA. That's very interesting. That's got me on my radar right there. But rejection by the 3 hour. So, yeah, I see too many mixed signals. Looks like we're going to somewhere meet in the middle, somewhere around 90,000, 89.9, right, for Bitcoin. And I could be wrong. Bounce, baby, bounce. Shout out to Wayne Mustafa. Thank you for being here, man. God bless you, Wayne. Hope you're having a wonderful day, baby. Over here. So, yeah, I leave you with the idea that I'm more bullish than bearish. But, hey, that was this morning. We had a huge move, so you never know. I'll keep my long open just in case. That's what I said this morning. Pretty weird, right? And then somehow, some way, we did get a massive bounce to the upside. So, the movie of the day was Jacob's Ladder. Yeah, thank you. The energy you bring is amazing, even on a Sunday night. Thank you for bringing that alpha. And I finally got my voice back at the beginning of the stream. My voice was shot. I had to clear my throat. I had a frog in my throat, but I got it back. We started to get back into action. Without my voice, I just don't have the stream. I'm not the same guy. I can't keep the energy up. It's different. I remember I lost my voice like a month or two ago, and I was like, okay, let's do this. It just didn't feel the same. So everyone, the link up there at the top is to BitTinex. If you want to jump on in, we're doing a campaign. Sign up now, right? It's usually the beginning is that first kind of 30 days. Have some fun. It has some cool features. If you don't want to use it, don't worry. It's all good. If Weeks is still working for you, Mexi is great. That is awesome, too. I still like Mexi. I'm going to use it a lot, right? BitTinex will be a great backup if I see a server. If anything's, and I'll just keep playing with it. And I'll toy with it. But so far, so good. And I'm excited to see where this market could take us. So, everybody, thank you so much for being here. May God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in. Let me actually take a look at the fan funding and make sure I didn't miss anything, because I think I did. Aerodrome for us, please. Let's take a look at that by B. Tyler. XCA does not look like it's slowing down, Sammy. I like that. Can you look at base pro shops on the 4 hour? Wow, lands for the night. Yep, have you heard of AERO? I looked at that. AURORA, we looked at that. Price prediction for Ondo, this bull run. I'll make a video for you, all right, Harvey, because that's going to take some time, and I want to do the right thing. So tomorrow, I'm going to do an Ondo price prediction, just like I did the SWE and all that, and you'll have a video coming out for you tomorrow, okay? And next, definitely by Wednesday the latest, but I'll try. I will make sure I work on it. Let me write it down right now so I get it done. Hey, Siri. Set an alarm. Make an Ondo video tomorrow, 7 a.m. All right. Ondo video, 7 a.m. Excellent. Let's take a look at Aerodrome. I'll take a look at XEN right before I jump out of here, and that will be the last of the super chats before I jump on out for the night. Take the suit off and jump into the jacuzzi. I'd like to do a jacuzzi live stream, but it takes a lot out of me. I got to get the camera up. My phone looks like, phone has some battery. I also don't want to be weird, man. I'm not trying to be like, a look at me video. How about this? If enough people say they want a jacuzzi live stream, I'll do it, but it's got to be like by demand. Shoulder, head, right shoulder to the upside. I like the cup and handle, double bottom. I'm still in Aerodrome, never sold it. I believe this is a great accumulation point on the double bottom. And it's going to be the premier AMM for base. And if we ever do get the rally we're supposed to get, Coinbase will pump, and that will pump, and Aerodrome will pump. So I like that level right there. And you got a double bottom cup and handle, basically. XCN roasting, right? Bouncing off that 786, starting to get the move. There was a wick there, but there still is some movement on that daily stochastic. So, hey, I'd like to see if I just get above that resistance at 0247 and start our move back up to 035 for XCN. I am personally in this trade. We'll see what happens to XCN. Let's take a look at KAITO. People said KAITO tanked on us. I was too into the Bitcoin gains to even care about KAITO, so let's take a look at what happened to KAITO. Oh, it didn't tank too bad, though. Back to 207 where we bought it. I bought it at 207. I've just been watching it ever since. We got a nice pump to 250. I should have definitely taken my gains, but it's flat. So not much to really write home about for KAITO. When Bitcoin got the move, it kind of took the wind out of KAITO for whatever reason. KAITO was actually hot until Bitcoin got the move, and then like, well, KAITO ain't no reserve. I'm gonna sell my KAITO for Solana. It actually just lost a trend line there, so that looks like it could. And look, it's kind of a shoulder, head, right shoulder. Look for that to drop somewhere back down to here. So if I was in KAITO, I'd probably leave it alone for now. We took it for massive gains. It was a nice win. I was pretty close to making dang near 20K. I sold it for 3K here, and I left it in. I would have made almost 19,000. 18,000. But I see it coming back down to this channel first before if it does get a bigger pullback. But I would kind of move on. But that's me. You do you. I do me over here. We have some fun. All right, everybody. That brings us to the end of the stream. And I know it's a sad moment, and I know we don't want it to end, but it has to. You know, all good things come to an end at one point, but they creates the cycle for the next beginning. And so I do have pants on. I'm wearing khaki pants. All right. I actually have a really nice belt on, too, as well. All right. We do proof of pants. Do we do proof of pants every day now on the show? Proof of pants. Proof of pants over here. You know what I mean? Even got a Burberry belt on. All right? Proof of pants with the belt. It is what it is. I can't show the belt because there's something on that belt that might just, you know what I'm saying, over here. And I'm not talking about, it's not what you think. It's the protection over here. Your baby girl is so cute on the boat with you on X. Thank you. God bless you. Yeah, lift the other side. I know. I can't lift the other side. I can't show that. It's always on me, man. Even when I'm here. I am strapped at all times. Even during the live stream, I stay strapped, man. At all times. The bling bling. The blicky blicky, right? Yeah. We'll miss you until tomorrow morning, man. Race on Records. I love you, man. God bless you and your family. God bless everybody. It's been an amazing run. What a weekend. What a weekend. Imagine if we took the weekends off, everybody. Imagine if we took the weekends off, man. And, man, 3-piece, man, for y'all. Bitcoin tie for y'all, man. We back a little bit. Let's not get too excited, though. Anything could happen. Let's not get too excited. Anything could happen. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. I couldn't have made it this far without y'all. You know that. You guys made this happen. You people are unbelievable. So may God bless you all. I'll be back tomorrow. May God keep me alive. May God make me have a wonderful, wonderful sleep. And God, thank you for keeping my kids safe on the boat today. Thank you for having a wonderful time with my friends. The ocean, the boat, this beautiful life, the sand, the beach. It was gorgeous, man. And I just love Florida. I'm so blessed to be here. I really think Sarasota is a blessed place, a spiritual place. And I'm right where I need to be. God bless everybody. I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow.